Hi everyone, I'm Mikko and I'm here to teach you a few things about brushwork and how you can use that to make better paintings. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button to see more art tips. Today we're talking about grouping brushwork in your painting for clarity. I'm painting with Procreate, but these tips go for all digital painting. In fact, this stuff I learned when I was in art school and painting with oils, so it doesn't really matter what your medium is, even if it's traditional. I began this painting by eating a sandwich and making scribbles on the canvas with my left hand. Just doodling is very relaxing for me, and I highly recommend you allow yourself to do this on a regular basis. With Procreate, you're not wasting paper, so there's no reason to hold back. Just try to enjoy it the same way kids do enjoy when they're like just doodling on papers. When I had this whole canvas full of all kinds of lines, circles and marks, I saw this fox idea in it and decided to start painting that. Let's pause here for a second and look at what the problem is. The brushstrokes are all over the place and it's really hard to tell how you're supposed to be looking at this painting. Brushstroke grouping is a practice that helps your viewer's brain process what they're seeing with less effort. When your head can lump different shapes into their own areas, it's easier for the mind to figure out the structure of the piece. This is what you want your viewer to be thinking. Here are the lines, there are the circles, and arcs are over there. Okay, got it, easy. I'm good at looking at pictures. This way they can focus on the message of your image and not how to look at it. At this point, the whole canvas is basically a war zone, with each splash of color and shape just screaming for attention. Here's where the brushwork organizational skills come in. I now know what the general shape language of the painting is going to be, so I place the vertical brushstrokes to literally point at my point of interest in the middle of the image. Always remember that lines in your artwork lead to both directions, so here I'm adding the round shapes to the ends of the vertical lines to stop the eye from sliding off my painting. I don't want the ground to be too interesting, because that's not the focal point of this piece, so the brushstroke directions themselves aren't going to have a lot of contrast. They are instead as a whole contrasting with the vertical lines coming from above. This way the attention is gathered by the intersection of these vertical and horizontal lines, where the fox is. That's where I want people to be looking at. Now I'm going to repeat the same trick as I did with the top of the painting to prevent these horizontal lines on the ground from leading you out of the painting. I'm literally drawing a circle around my subject with these fallen dead leaves or petals that are breaking those horizontal lines. I also increased the size and lowered the contrast of the brushstrokes at the very edges of this piece to basically tell the viewer that the painting is over, there's nothing interesting to see over here. When you're using really small brushes, that's generally when you should be working on the main focal point of your piece. The value and saturation of course are important too, but the brushstrokes themselves gather attention, and knowing this should play part in when you decide what kind of brush to use, but more importantly, what size of brush you are using. I don't know if you can see this, but these brushstroke grouping techniques also happen in smaller mini scale on the different angular surfaces of this box. Now let's recap what we have learned here. Lines lead the eye to both directions, brush size matters, and it's more important than what brush you are using. Contrast between shapes can be sharp or blended. The sharper the contrast between the shapes of the brushstrokes, the more attention that point is going to gather. Now let's make a few adjustments for the colors and we're done. And bam! Now you know how to group your brushstrokes and you're a better artist. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this has helped you in the future when you're thinking about how to use brushstrokes in your paintings, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. I'm Mikko, and until next time, bye!